Hey everyone, welcome back. Rob here from What's Up Joburg. So I'm assuming that you've all created your WordPress.com logins, you've signed up and you're able to log in. So let's take a little bit of a tour of the site. So when you first log in, you'll probably get to the reader side of WordPress.com where you can go and browse through everyone else's kind of blog posts and websites and stuff like that, right? If you go over here to My Sites, this is where it'll show you all the sites that you've created on WordPress.com. You can see I've been buggering around with a few sites here. I've got my What's Up Joburg sites are on here as well when I first started out and first started creating those. But let's get right into it. Let's create your site. So you click on Add New Site and it'll take you to a new page. And over here, it'll ask you if you want to create a shiny new WordPress.com site. You want to do that. You don't want to choose this one. So let's click Start Now. Okay, let's pick a name for our site. I'll just call it my brand new site 76. Why not? Right, I'll tell you why I used the 76 now. So if you look here, it'll ask you if you want to register a paid domain. Right, when you're starting out, well, I suppose you could want to do a paid domain or you want to do a free site, right? If you want to do a free site, it's going to give you a name like this, my brand new site 76.wordpress.com. There will always be a .wordpress.com. As you can see, it's free. Why I put the 76 is if I take that out, I'll show you what happens. It kind of adds its own because there's obviously someone else named their site, my brand new site, so we just stick in a 76. So just play around with the naming convention until you get the one you want. Now once you've chosen a site name, you can always later convert to a domain. It's not important that you do a domain straight away, and don't fall for these ones. If you wanted something like .blog, remember it's free now, but after a year you're going to be paying $22 a year. Right? But for now we're just going to choose the free one. Right? It's going to try upsell you again as you go up the plans from a personal to a premium to a business and e-commerce. You can see they get more and more expensive, up to $45 per month, billed annually. This allows you to use stuff like WooCommerce and shopping carts. It becomes a proper e-commerce site, whereas with the free plan, you're really limited to what you can do. But I'll show you exactly what you can do with a free site. So let's start. Okay, so site created. So if you look over here at kind of the My Home section, it kind of guides you through the next steps of creating your site. So site creation, naming your site, creating a site menu, updating your home page, and then launching your site. At the moment, no one can see your site until you launch it. Only you can see what's going on, so you're quite safe to play around with it, right? So let's go ahead and name our site. I'll just say this. Oopsie. This is my site. And we'll put a tagline, which is basically just a description of what you would do. It could be your slogan, whatever it might be. Always remember, click Save Settings. Okay, so it's saved. You can go change other things like your time zone, your language. You can launch your site here when you're ready as well. But let's return back to home. Oops, see, need to save some settings. Saved successfully. Perfect. Okay, we go back to our home. Yeah, it would have saved, that's fine. We've named our site. You can see it's got a little tick mark there now. Okay, so now the site's been created, we've named our site. Let's take a quick tour around the WordPress.com site. Um, let's just familiarize ourselves with where we can find things. So if you look on the left-hand side, this is if you've got multiple sites, you can go and change your sites. You can go switch sites like I did earlier. So I've got 4 sites now. Let's go back to our one. Okay, so there you've got My Home, which is the page we're on, which gives you this kind of create a site menu. That gives you some shortcut menu over here to manage your site, so you can go and edit your home page, add a page, write a blog post, edit menus. You can customize your theme or change your theme. This way you can upgrade to a domain. And you can create your own logo if you don't have one as of yet, or if you want one. Not everyone would want one. And then it's got stats at a glance. Once your site's up and running, it'll show you how many viewers you had and all sorts of things like that. And then learn and grow is around how to use the tool. It's very cool stuff that can help you with building your site. Over here on the left hand side, so here we've got stats. So once it's launched, you'll be able to see how many views you've had, visitors, how many likes, were there any comments, which posts and pages. So it gives you where they came from. It's really cool. Click on Insights, it'll tell you which months, what you can really get into kind of detail around what you want to measure and see. Okay, over here you can see your plan is free. Here's where you can find your site details though. So here's your pages. You can see automatically your site will have 4 pages. It'll be a blog, a contact, and about, and a home page. Any posts. So these are all examples that they've put. This is where you would write your blog posts. If you are running a blog, you can just go edit these. And then over here on the left, design. So customizing your site. So you can see here it brings up a preview of your site, and here's your site title. This is and your site slogan, and then it's got a bit of a menu over here. You can go and edit it simply by just clicking on this kind of little blue button over here. You can say, hang on, I don't want my site to have this, so I can remove that if I want to. By unchecking the box, then it's no longer visible, and I only have my menu up here. It looks pretty cool, and I could put my site title here. I could put in a logo if I wanted to. So if I go into media library, let's just use the lady as our logo. I'll crop the image. Okay, and now you've got a logo at the top of your site, right? I'm just going to undo that. I'm just going to remove the logo. I don't think we need that. If you wanted, so when you Google searching sites and stuff, you often see that it comes up with kind of an image or a logo or the brand of that site, right? This is where you'd upload that. So here you would kind of set your site icon. And whenever anyone Googles or finds you on Google, that's what they will see, right? Let's go back. Here you can modify your menus. So this is this home blog about contact here. You can see where does it go, where does it link to, blog. Okay, and you can change it and you can add items if you want, so you can add custom links, whatever you want to do. We'll get into that in later, I don't want to say lessons, but demos, I guess. I'm not going to save changes here. Oops, let me just go back in there. Widgets are pretty cool things. Like here, a widget is basically a little app that runs on the side, so you can have stuff like a contact info and a map. You can have your WordPress posts kind of displayed on a sidebar. You can have a Facebook page plugin. If you've got logins for you can have a Gravatar profile where a person, if you've subscribed for MailChimp, you set your widget over here, and a pop-up will appear. Twitter timeline, you can do a whole bunch of stuff with widgets. Widgets are real fun to play with, actually, and add a lot of functionality to your site. In your homepage settings, this is where you have your homepage set. So I can change my homepage to my contact page if I wanted to, right? I would also recommend coming here, really, to go and set your posts page, right? So I'm going to set it to the blog page. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to save that. Now I'm going to go back. Right. Customize keeps taking me out of there for some stupid reason. And if you are into CSS and HTML programming, you can add some CSS customization if you have a premium plan over here. Okay, let's go back. Next thing is over here, themes. So you don't have to start from scratch. You can go choose a theme. For instance, Maywood, for instance, is a theme that you can use. Gives you a nice kind of demo of what the theme will look like, what pages are included in the theme. It saves you a lot of work. You do need to know how to use the blocks and stuff, though, to be able to edit a lot of it and change the images and things like that. But we'll get into that. I'm just going to leave the theme as it is at the moment. And you have tools, so you've got plugins. You can import content, you can export content, marketing, and earn is you can collect PayPal features. A lot of these features are in the premium. Thing is, it's very hard to break, right? So especially when you're trying it out with a free package, don't worry too much about what you're clicking on, right? This takes you to your kind of WordPress.org look. I prefer working in this kind of format. But if you prefer this view, it's the same thing. You can do exactly the same things as you can do in this view over here, right? That's pretty much a tour of the tool, I guess. Over here you've got your profile. I haven't filled it in properly, as you can see on mine. So next time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys through what you actually do. I think it's very important to kind of learn how to create the blocks and stuff. So, because if I go to my home page that it creates for me, it's kind of created a view for me. It's added an image. It's kind of added a title for me. It's put in some columns and stuff. And all these things come up that can be a little bit confusing if you don't know what they are, right? So I think the best thing is next time we'll kind of go over creating a page from scratch, and at least then you can see how the blocks work, how you can manipulate the blocks and stuff like that. And then it's much easier to edit a theme. But thank you, everyone, for listening today, and we will talk again next time.